It's free to play. Oh. Yes, I know. Stop telling me. Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good, and I just got a discussion point today. I had a couple of comments on some videos recently that kind of reignited this discussion with me. You know, free to play versus pay to play. Is free to play better? Is pay to play better? Does it really matter if anything is better or not? And I really wanted to discuss it because the comments kind of they just really got me going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at those comments, just talk about them for a minute, and I'm gonna compare my pay to play account here that's just going on 9 months old to my free to play account that is 2.5 years old, and really compare and contrast and talk about free to play versus pay to play, which is better, which is worse. Do we have to call everything, is everything better or worse? Like, I don't understand the world we're living in where everything has to be better or worse than something else, but alright, so I'm backing up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's a joke I heard on stream one time, and it has stuck with me, and here it is. How do you know that someone is free to play? Yeah, don't worry about it, they'll tell you. Free to play players are so proud of what they accomplished. And you guys know, I have my free to play account. I do a monthly update on it. I just did a free to play account in 2023 just to see what it was like with the web store. Now, unfortunately, the web store seems like it's gone, like it's not a thing for free to, like they've just slowly dwindled to where they're not giving away energy anymore in the web store, which is, I think it's a mistake, but whatever they want to do. It seems like it was really good for free to play anyway, but they don't want to. Anyway, side note. Anyway, I did a free-to-play account that I'm about to shut down, so I'll be giving details out to everybody soon to show where we got that account in about 16 weeks. It was a lot of fun to do. I'm going to be starting a new one. I'm going to be starting a new free-to-play Jabba Rush account here on the channel, so join me for that. I think I'm going to be streaming it this week. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think I'll be streaming it this week, the start of the brand new Jabba account, perhaps later on the week, maybe a week from now, but somewhere in that range, 4 to 7 days from now, I'll be streaming the new Jabba account starts. So subscribe, like, and subscribe, everybody, so you get alerts. Join my Discord so you know when videos are coming out and you know what's going on the channel. Now, all of that said, with jokes aside and taking a look at everything, I had, and that phrase meant nothing. I just put a throwaway phrase in there. I gotta work on that, a throwaway phrase, taking a look at everything. That didn't mean anything. I was just stalling for time. I had a couple comments on videos this week that I thought were really interesting, and here's the first one. This was on, I published a short on the Tuskens, a player who was at 4 million and had all 5 Tuskens Relic 5, okay? So it was a 4 million account, all 5 Tuskens at Relic 5. And by the way, this is not, I'm not commenting on anybody's viability or them as people or anything. It's just, I get these questions all the time. This stuff happens all the time, so I thought I'd take a look at it. Scoutster says, free to play, meaning were these Tuskens acquired free to play? And I said, I have no idea. We didn't ask the question. And then Scoutster says, well, hopefully it is. If so, that's quite an accomplishment. Now, I think we got 2 different comments here. The second part, let's take first. If so, that's quite an accomplishment. And I would agree. A 4 million account, free to play, that hasn't spent any money, that has all the Tuskens relic level, is an accomplishment. Does it benefit you throughout the game tremendously? Really not. The Tuskens have their uses, and I think that the galactic challenges for the Tuskens are fading at this point. I'm not sure that would be a free-to-play account because, you know, it wasn't that long ago that the Tuskens were still being farmed and released on marquees. The new Tuskens were. But the first part, hopefully it is. Now that's where we really get into the debate, right? Is free-to-play better than pay-to-play? Now when someone says hopefully it is, that to me indicates that they have a real bent toward free-to-play as a better thing than pay-to-play. And that's fine. Again, hey, Scoutster, I hope you're watching. Comment if you are. Totally fine. If you feel that free-to-play is better than or more virtuous than pay-to-play, I guess that's fine. I really don't see any extra virtue, and this is my thing. It's a choice people make. It's an opportunity. Some people have money, some people don't. Some people have money and choose to spend. Some people have money and choose not to spend. And vice versa. Some people don't have money and choose to spend, and some people don't have money and choose not. It's really a choice whether you spend or not. What you buy, you know, you might buy cigarettes, booze, you might buy food, you might pay rent. These are all choices that we make every day as we go through life. So When somebody says to me, hopefully it is free to play, if so, it's quite an accomplishment. I agree it would be quite an accomplishment for free to play. I don't think it was. I don't hold out hope that accounts are free to play or not. But some people do. There's a very large contingent of people in the game that talk about it. Now let's take a look at another type of free to play comment that I get a lot on comments, and I just really don't relate to it. So this was in my Proving Grounds video. So every time Proving Grounds is coming up, I publish a video talking about the teams for it, and I got another little take to do on that next time around. We're gonna have some fun with that. So Rod Music, hey Rod, I hope you're watching this too. And Zoran Skreba was here too. So Rod Music says, so the Malgus farm on Conquest is not free to play at all. Noted. It's not that easy to come up with GLs or those teams unless you really planned for it. Now this is actually somewhat of a fair comment if you're talking about being able to do Proving Grounds with a 4 million account. We did see that there was a Padme team with Commander Ahsoka that was able to do Proving Grounds, and that was a good thing, and that would be somewhat free to play accessible. However, you know, Commander Ahsoka at 4 million, that's really, if you're free to play, the very first opportunity you have to get Commander Ahsoka is when you hit 4 million. So, and the other teams were all Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke, etc., Sith Eternal. Now it is changing now. Now with the changes in the game, you know, we're gonna have Jedi Knight Luke more available, Jedi Master Luke, etc. Let's read the rest of these comments. Zoran Skreba says, which one is free to play? Right. So the Malgus, like I just mentioned, all the Malgus counters for Proving Grounds, Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke, Commander Ahsoka, they all had one of those in there. Or Sith Eternal. There was no non-GL team or no non-cat team that was in there. Then I said the ones that could be beaten with basic Padme teams. So that was referring to. Now this is the thing, and this is what bugs me here. Zoran Skreba says I said the ones that could be beaten with basic Padme teams. So basic Padme teams are beating right now Razor Crest, Maul, Fat Boba, and Commander Ahsoka. You can unlock all 4 of those with a basic Padme team. Padme, Jedi Knight Anakin, General Kenobi, who else? Ahsoka, and then like Shakti or maybe 3PO, right? Free to play accessible. By the time you hit 4 million, really everybody by the time they hit 4 million should have those teams on their account, right? They should be there. And then Zoran Skraba says, oh, so none. No, dude. No. It's not none of them, you know. And this is what bothers me a little bit. And I said, if you don't have the basic Padme team by the time you hit 4 million, free to play or not, that's nobody's fault but your own. Check out my 29-month free to play update. And Zoran says, I'm on 4.5 million. And no, don't have Padme. Went for Malik, then GL Rush, and GL Palp. And after that Executor, if you have GL Palp, if you have Sith Eternal Emperor, then all of these are doable. Come on, man, pay attention. And went for it right now, working on CLS and after that gas farm. So, and I didn't respond to that. I get frustrated that at someone who chooses to be free to play, which is fine again, and maybe it's not a choice, maybe it's not the only way you can play the game, and that's totally fine, okay? Totally fine. But I don't deal well with the throw my hands up in the air and play the victim card. I'm not good with that. I don't know how you are with that. I'd love to hear about it in comments. And that's the struggle I have with free-to-play players who are very, I guess, sometimes righteously free to play. I really don't like, and you know, whatever. I'm probably talking up some of my population here. I'm sorry, and I apologize to you because I don't want to hurt you as a human, and I respect you as a human. But I really don't like, you know, I'm free to play, so I can't do this part of the game. Blah. Screw CG. Blah 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 blah. Man, I don't relate to that at all. You know, generally speaking, I'm a guy who, if you tell me I'm not able to do something, I'm going to look for a way to do it. And I may not always find it, and maybe I'm not motivated. There are times somebody tells me I can't do something, I don't care, so I'm not going to find a way to do that. But in Galaxy Heroes, if something's free to play, man, turn it around, man. You don't have to say your glass is half full, but good lord, this guy had Sith Eternal on his roster apparently and said he couldn't do this. Now let's take a look here. I want to give a really specific example. This is my pay to play account. Now the way this account has worked from day one, this is My Nooch 2 Hyper account started last September. We're about to hit 9 months on this account. I always have a load of crystals. I keep my crystals refreshed so I can do my Cantina battles 3 times a day, my mod battles 3 times, my energy battles, and my ship battles 3 times a day. I make sure I can do all of those 3 times a day. That's the main goal of the account. When I got close to getting the Executor, I also invested in a few packs to make sure I could get it done immediately. Like it was mid-April. It was like April 7th or something. I realized I wasn't going to hit it, but I was going to hit it sometime around April 20th or something. So I invested in a few packs along the way to make sure I could get the Executor on my roster at the 6-month mark, okay? Otherwise, I was probably looking at 7 months with no other investments other than crystals. Now, the benefit of being this is on a free-to-play account, first of all, I bought the Hyperdrive bundle. That saves me the first 3.5 months, right? Second of all, refreshing Cantina 3 times a day, refreshing mods 3 times a day, refreshing fleets 3 times a day is not a luxury available to free-to-play players, especially early in the game. As you move forward and you get your galactic power higher, you start getting more crystals from Grand Arena and Fleet Arena, yeah, then you have the opportunity to do all those refreshes every day. And not even all of them. Even on my 29-month free-to-play account, which we'll look at here in a minute, I can't do Cantina refreshes every single day. I do a lot of Cantina refreshes, but not every day and not 3 times a day. I do all my other ones, but you don't get that luxury on a free-to-play account. But on a pay-to-play account, you can make sure to do all those, especially your Cantina, every day. And so, almost 9 months into this account, I'm at 3.2 million. I've got Executor, and I'm starting up my Jabba farm. I've also got a nice little Imperial Trooper team. I'm finishing off my CLS team right now. I got Wampa. So a lot of good things, but the 3.2 million galactic power, I want you to focus on that. And now let's switch over to my free-to-play account, which is 29 months old. A full 20 months older than this account. All right, here we are on the Star Wars Dad account, 29 months old, 29 months and like a week old right now. And I'm at 5.7. That's the biggest takeaway I want you to get from this. 3.2 million to 5.7 million is a difference, but if you look at 9 months versus 29 months, you are just the fact that you can do all those refreshes every day and buy a few packs when you need them. You know, that's what we call dolphin spending. You know, maybe 50 to 100 bucks a month or less. It's going to advance you light years ahead of a free-to-play account. Now, does that make you better or worse off? No, it doesn't make anybody better or worse off. And by the way, Darth Sion, I can't, I gotta get these. I need more of these. Do I have them now? Can I get these unlocked? I'm interrupting here. I've been curious to see it this morning. Let's buy these with the, with my raid currency. Oh, we're close. Okay. Anyway, this account, free to play, completely free to play for 29 months. Is still ahead. I've got 2 Galactic Legends and Executor, and I've got many more. I've got Gas in here. I've got a Grievous team. I definitely have more teams than my free-to-play account. But over time, or my pay-to-play account, sorry. Over time, that pay-to-play account is going to lap this. I think that another 9 months from now, when my pay-to-play account is 18 months old, and this account is 38 months old. So a year and a half versus 3 years old. I think the year and a half count will lap past this free-to-play account. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is free-to-play better than pay-to-play? The answer is no. But I do think there is a little more of a genuine feeling of satisfaction when free-to-play players finish a farm. I think they feel it more deeply. I think they really feel like, you know what? There was a giant wall, a giant paywall there in front of my journey for Darth Revan, and I hit that wall and I pushed through it, and it took me 3-4 months to farm all the characters and to get him up and running, to get his mods, and then now I'm going to move on to Darth Malak. But I want to take a big step back and appreciate what I've done to farm Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan here in the last 3 to 4 months. And let's really take a look. Whereas a pay-to-play player might finish Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan, maybe they've forked out $100 or a little more to get there. They got it done a lot quicker than a free. You could probably get it done a lot quicker with $100, maybe 1.5 to 2 months instead of 3 to 4 months. A pay-to-play player might look at that and finish it and just step back and say, hey, I accomplished something, but maybe the feeling of accomplishment isn't quite the same as a free-to-play player. And then they're looking toward the next thing. What am I going to spend a little money on next? What am I pushing toward next? Everybody's looking to what's next. I don't think pay-to-play is better than free-to-play. I don't think free-to-play is better than pay-to-play. I think everybody plays at the pace and the ability to which they can play. I don't like when people give up. Don't give up. Find a way to push through. Look for solutions, man. Look for ways to solve the problems that you've got in the game. And it's a life lesson too. Your dad's always giving you life lessons. Now I lost my place. But anyway, I just think everybody's got a different way of playing the game. I do believe that free-to-play players get a little more sense of accomplishment out of what they've accomplished than a pay-to-play player. I think it provides a little bit more action for you as far as your cortexes and your lobes and your I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I'm a YouTuber. Hey everybody, that's what we got. Let me know what you think about free-to-play versus pay-to-play. I think it's a fun discussion to have every now and then. To really talk about it. It is constantly, as you saw, talked about in the comments of my videos with people, you know, expressing their feelings and thoughts on how free-to-play and pay-to-play works. It's a fun discussion. I just encourage everybody not to take it too darn seriously because, hey, this is life and it's a game. We're having fun. Have a great day. Always remember, Nooch too good.